Hello friends, welcome to our channel. So this video is part of one of series how to install the WordPress on a Ubuntu server. In this part we will prepare a free virtual Linux server and then we'll increase the additional virtual memory without paying any penny to the hosting provider. So by the way, we are using Oracle Cloud free server, which is free for a limited duration. So we are not going to pay anything for the hosting provider, and you know that already WordPress is also open source, so using that source code you are not going to pay anything. So this video is for the beginners who have a basic knowledge of the Linux server, so they can easily follow the steps and can configure the virtual servers. So let's start it. So you must be aware that to running any application is require a server for hosting. Likewise, we also need a server as a web server for hosting the WordPress. You may get a free reliable virtual server on the Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services with a good configuration for beginner WordPress traffic. But there is a big limitation with the above server provider that they only provide free computing cloud resources for 12 months only. So we need a server which runs as always free, so you don't need to migrate from one to another provider. So I recommend you to try the Oracle Cloud here. So you can watch this video to compare the hosting prices and to know more about Oracle Cloud always free services. So let's start creating a virtual machine. So we are going to log in on the oracle.com where we'll get the free virtual servers. Already I have registered, so I'm logging with my credentials. And then after login, we can go. So from this quick action dashboard, we can create a VM instance, and we can also go inside the menu compute instance, where we'll create instance. Let's give it a test VM name. Okay, so I'm giving the name test WordPress, and then select a compartment which is created. Is just a collection of the resources, and now we'll select by default it's selecting Oracle Linux, so we need to select the available Ubuntu image. So just click on the change image, then you'll find that these are the image which is tagged with always free eligible is only free. Rather other Windows image is chargeable, so you have to select from the always free eligible list. So I'm going to select the Ubuntu canonical Ubuntu 20.4, which is free, and let's select it, and you can check the version of image build. You can also change the save, but this for us is only E21 micro size standard virtual machine is available. So let's select this. There's only one option for us as a free resource. So you can check this. We are getting our CPU, 1 memory GB, 1 GB memory, and 0.48 Gbps network bandwidth, and maximum virtual NIC you are getting 1. So let's select it, and then okay, so here the best part is that you'll get assign a public IP also. So here's the best part is that add SSH keys. Here's the tricky part. Here you will face a problem because Linux machine is only accessible through the SSH. There is no GUI, so you have to configure the SSH key. So here you'll face a problem that if you just download the generated SSH key from the Oracle, you will not able to connect through PuTTY. So you can check this video which I have created recently, where you can resolve the issue if you are facing issue in connecting the Oracle instance in Oracle Cloud, and that is also applied to other provider like the AWS, Azure if you're facing while connecting. So we are selecting, this is the features available. You can tag also, it's not required, it's just optional, so let's create it. Now it's running on this public IP 140.238.22. So let's open the POCI. If you have not downloaded, then you can download from here, download.poti. You can just click here and you will get all the available mode. This is MSI and 64-bit, 32-bit according to your system configuration. You can download the MSI version and you can install it. Okay, now we need to connect through POCI for this public IP. So we have to mention here first the user ID. The username is provided is Ubuntu by default and the public IP address. So format would be your username, Ubuntu, and then @ your public IP. So let's type, yeah, and also it's SSH on default port 22. Also we have to browse for authentication your PP key, your private SSH generated file which you have. I have custom generated for this because I was facing the issue. So I'm just gonna browse that. Let's get the location. Okay, so this is my private key file. Let's browse it and then open. And I can also save this connection so that every time I am not to do all the steps. Yeah, so just I'm saving the session with this WordPress test name. Test it. So next time I'll have to just click on this. Okay, so I'm just selecting yes, and then I'm using a private key with a password, so I'm going to enter the password. And layer of security you can configure, because if someone has mistakenly got this private key, so they cannot connect that. Yeah, this is a password required for that, so it's good. You should always set. Okay, so we are inside the instance, the virtual machines. I'm going to show you how to increase the memory for the virtual machine. So I'm running the command free-m. So it's showing the memory assigned around 976, around 1 GB. Yeah, available is around 522 somethings. So running a WordPress and other, that is require more memory also. So what you can do in that case, you can reserve some space of your hard disk which work like a virtual memory. That is called swap file. So swap file is work like getting saved on the hard disk, on the virtual hard disk. Yeah, like you can configure for 1 GB, 2 GB, something that. So accordingly you can configure that, and that space also will be combined with virtual memory, and you can utilize that. So I'll show you from where you can, how you can increase the memory. So this is the page you can check. These are the steps mentioned. So how to increase the available memory. So Bitnami stack, we are going to use the Bitnami stacks, which is combined of all applications like the Apache, MySQL, PostgreSQL and others. Yeah, so that is require more than 1 GB memory, but the assigned virtual memory only 1 GB. So there is a way you can do that. You can use the Linux swap files, allow a system to harness more memory than was originally physically available. So let's perform this step. So we are using a free-m to check the memory, and then we'll use this command to create the swap file and then activate it. Yeah. So here I'm also using this the same 1 GB, but you can configure for 2 GB. Yeah, or more than 3. Okay, so let's run all these steps quickly. Yeah, then activating the swap files. And let's check. Okay, so again we can run the command free-m to check the current size of the swap file now. So you can check that. Additionally, swap file also has been assigned around 1024 almost, additional 1 GB, which is completely free, is not utilized by any other application. For more learning, you may check my other channel's videos, and I'll be back with a new video soon. Till then, keep learning and take care. Bye bye.